Today, we're talking about Beast Gohan vs. everyone and the anime that you should be watching. DotoDoya, what is good, man?
Nanogenix. Welcome to my podcast, brother. Thanks for coming on.
Absolutely, man. I appreciate you having me. This is like a key moment for me.
No, and that's exactly why I brought you on the show. It is a shame because my former co-host Tyler, he was feeling sick today, but I appreciate you coming on and covering for him while he's gone.
Absolutely, man. I hope that I can fill his shoes.
Hey, I think you can. Between you and me, that guy didn't watch too much anime, but I've heard that you watch your fair share.
Bro, I've been watching quite a bit of anime.
That's why we brought you on, baby. That's why we brought you on. Tell me about it.
So today we are talking about Chapter 103, A Legacy Toward the Future from Dragon Ball Super, and Dato. Yes. Guess what?
About me?
I watched Solo Leveling, bro.
Oh yeah, you were talking about this. You've joined the solo leveling hive mind.
I have. I couldn't help it. Too much just hype, too much peak, which to be fair, we throw peak around a lot, and I'm guilty of that too. Like, it's just kind of the thing. Like, if you like it, you're like, it's peak. It's just, it is what it is. But man, Solo Leveling, are you familiar at all with what Solo Leveling is about?
Not at all. Outside of maybe a couple TikTok edits here or there, I really have no clue.
The name makes sense pretty quickly. Do you care? I feel like I just
no. Go ahead, please.
Yeah, this is no spoilers. I'm not going to spoil anything for you guys. And even then, like, the entire like manhwa is like done, so technically you go see all of it. And I think this season 1 only goes to like a fourth of the series, or maybe even less. Anywho, it's literally gamified. It's like it's these portals open, and you have to go into the portals and fight these like different types of creatures. I think goblins are real low tier, all the way up to like high tier, like knights and stuff like that. And there are literal levels for the main character that he is trying to gain levels and get stronger. And it's just so cool because so far, for everything that, again, I've only watched the 11 episodes that are available to us as of the time of filming this video.
That's a lot.
Dude, I'm telling you, I've been watching more anime than ever lately.
Season out?
The final episode will premiere basically like a day after Dato and I record this episode. And
wow.
Yeah. So yeah. And then they're breaking it up into two, like to one core and then a different core. So this will wrap up with 12 episodes, and then we'll get 12 episodes maybe in the winter, or maybe in, I don't know, not too long after we'll get basically 12 more episodes. But anyways, show looks great. Voice acting is great. I've watched both dub and sub because I watched up until dub was not available anymore. And so now I've seen 8 episodes dubbed and 3 episodes subbed. By the way, Chris is actually a voice in this show. Chris Sabat, Vegeta, Piccolo. Yep. He's a voice in the show, and he does really good. And it's a character that we've not seen a lot about, but he seems really freaking cool. I'm very excited to see what that character can do. But yeah, it's top notch. They knew they were sitting on a gold mine. They knew that it was going to be a big deal, and so it's a very premium ass like anime. So
you mind if I cut in here and ask you a few questions, because I do have quite a few just off of what you told me.
Okay.
So it's not an actual video game. He's not in a video game.
No. It's not like Sword Art Online or anything like that. It is that there were these like portals that opened up. You find all this out literally within seconds of clicking on the show. There's the portals that opened up that like literally you could be driving down the road going, you're gonna go get like I don't know, some McDonald's. All of a sudden this like portal opens up, and inside said portal is like a pack of these like wolves with metal jaws, essentially. And if a crew of hunters don't come close said portal fast enough, they will break out and actually start wreaking havoc on the real world. So it's like a portal opens that you have to go into and close. Essentially, think of it. I don't know. Surely you've played an MMO where like it's a lot of it's like instance based as opposed.
So it's like a Final Fantasy instance.
Yes, it's like an instance opening up, and if you don't take care of said instance within a certain amount of time, that instance will then bleed over into the open world. Essentially, what is happening, but it is not you going into a game. It is not like a person plugging up, and isn't that how I've never watched Sword Art Online, but isn't that how Sword Art Online is? Aren't you like in a game or something like that?
Yeah, they all get trapped into a game. I was actually a Sword Art enjoyer for the first season.
Okay,
which I think
that's one I've never watched, man. That's one I've never watched.
I really do think it was kind of really good. But my next question is: so what are the levels? Solo leveling.
So that part, I guess, is slight spoilers, but you find this out really soon. Is that essentially the main character has a unique ability to gain levels and get stronger.
So it's unique to him.
Yeah.
Okay, that's kind of broken, but
okay. Let me take a step back because someone watching this might be like, no, it's not. Like maybe it's not, but where I'm at, it is unique to this particular individual is the only one that is able to do that we know about.
Bro's been in the anime community for so long. He foresaw the actually.
Yeah. I'm so certain there's probably going to be there's going to be twists, right? This is a show that definitely has some twisty type nature to it that I imagine will happen at some point. And Dato, fun fact, he's not involved in every episode, but the composer for Attack on Titan has done some things for solo leveling.
I see why they won you over now. So, but we really could have just skipped all that first part. We could have just said that part, and I would have said, "Oh, he
ain't hit us with anything yet. Like there's no like right here, right now type moment." But
nothing I'd hear, if I was like a passenger in your car yet.
No. Well, the thing he's been involved with was an actual song that was in one of the episodes. Like it was actually had lyrics.
I feel like most people would not know that. They wouldn't guess that about you. You talk about the OSTs, but you're not all talk, Nana. You live it, bro. Like anytime I've been next to Nana in real life, he's like, you got to check out this song. And he'll like flip his phone over and it's like anime OST remix or just anime OST, just raw. And he's like, yeah, I'm really messing with this month.
I still actively listen to the Attack on Titan OST almost daily. Like almost daily.
I believe it. It is pretty good. Honestly, the Attack on Titan OST is it's otherworldly.
Yeah, it's gonna be hard. It's gonna be hard for anything to probably ever top that for me. It is so incredibly good. But yeah, I thought that was like a little fun fact, a little fun tidbit is that he has been involved at least a little bit with solo leveling. I wish he was just doing all of it, but the vibe maybe wouldn't fit. Like it would be probably very different from Attack on Titan OST.
It would get very orchestral pretty fast. Well, I mean, you answered most of my questions. I guess I thought it was way more video gamey than I thought. I thought it was literally just another video game. Like they were just trapped in another video game.
Yeah, and that's what I'm like. That's what I'm wondering if there will be some twist at some point that involves that. But also, it's very brutal. Like it is. There's a lot of blood.
You watched the dub. That means you can finally tell me was the voice line. I think it's by Alex Lee. I feel like he just does every English voice now. Or at least he has a big part in every show. Was it as good as the TikTok edits where he's like, I had a family too. I wanted to live too. Did it hit or did it not hit in English?
Damn, I don't even know what you're talking
bleeding
about.
Out or something. Bro, you don't no TikTok edits for this guy?
I won't hold you due to the discussion we've had on another podcast, which you can find by becoming a key member.
Amazing. He used me for a plug.
You can click join if you're watching us here on YouTube, or you can save a couple bucks and go become a key member over on Patreon, where you can find a bonus podcast currently not available to the public. Get super early access to that by doing that, as well as our reactions to all the Dragon Ball Z episodes, as well as tons of other just footage that has never made it, unless, of course, I've accidentally pressed public on a video.
And which you have done. And for those people, congratulations on your freebie, bro. You swindled the poor key members out of their exclusive content. But it was Nano's fault, so we forgive you. It was but that is part of the reason why my co-host Nanogenix wasn't on today. But thank you again, Tyler, for coming on and talking about solo leveling.
Absolutely.
Now I do have a question for you, Tyler, because you've been watching solo leveling.
Yes.
Okay. But some would say that the real anime heads have been watching Sandland over on Hulu, like me. I won't go into it too much. We do got a Dragon Ball manga chapter here, folks, but I was surprised. I was surprisingly into Sandland. I wanted to check it out, mostly because I'm interested in the game, and also I had we might have talked about this in another podcast that he already did a plug for. But when we take a sponsor, or I don't want to speak for you, I'm just saying we because you literally said the same thing. But I also like to look into it sometimes, unless the money's enough that I don't care. But the Sandland, I was like, I mean, obviously it's down my alley anyway. Toriyama art, I just love all the art.
Yeah.
And I want to check out the game. So to check out the game and promote it, because that's what they were paying me to do, I at least wanted to make sure that I enjoyed the series. Sandland was really cool. What I did not expect, and this isn't I won't phrase this as a spoiler, so no spoilers for Sandland, but do check it out. I thought it was pretty cool. One thing I really liked is because the show is done in 3D, really good 3D, it looks exactly like the game. It's actually the relationship between the game and show are like the most symbiotic I've ever seen, because you watch the show, the game looks exactly like the show. And there's actually new content being added to Sandland now. Do you know anything about the Sandland story?
So I don't know. It is on my to-do list. I actually searched it up. By the way, it's crazy that Hulu has the rights to the show, but they're not pushing it. Like
they're not pushing it as much as I thought they would. Yeah.
Well, yeah. So I opened up Hulu and the other night, because Brianna and I were looking for something, and I was like, before we go to that, I just want to see. So I like was going down the lists and found the list where they would obviously show you the anime section, and it wasn't in there. And then
really,
yeah. And then I went to like I just went through a few different lists and I could not find it. I had to search Sandland, and I was like, you guys you don't know what you have. Why is this not being pushed?
I found it on one of the tabs too, but I also had to search. Also, because you didn't say what show you guys were watching, I'm going to assume you were watching Family Guy. I'm just going to assume you were searching for Family Guy. But
The Bear, by the way.
So, oh yeah, that's also a good show. Or from what I've seen, I've only seen 3 episodes. But yeah, basically, so Sandland, again, this is no spoilers. I'm not going to say any spoilers, but Sandland was just this very compact short story from Toriyama. Basically, it was all in one single manga volume, which I did know before I knew anything about the series, but it made me wonder, because Sandland's been getting a huge marketing push. Would you agree? Like even before,
yeah. Dude, like, I feel like I'm seeing more Sandland than I did for Superhero. Like,
yeah, like it was huge marketing, or at least in our circle. Like it's getting pushed on Twitter. It's getting pushed. It's like they gave a demo for the game. They're talking about it. They're doing a show. I was like, why are they doing so much for Sandland when it's like this one? Like it's a very concise story. It's like a story with a meaning and then it ends.
Yeah.
Well, it turns out that they've added an additional arc at the end of, so it's not just that one story anymore. It's like they're adding on GT, but as well as in the game and the anime.
So how are they dripping the episodes? Because I clicked on it and I saw there were 7 episodes available to watch. That is all of Sandland. Basically.
Okay,
but there's more episodes coming. Is that
it's really interesting? Yes, they're adding more, and I'll even say it because they're not shy about this in marketing. The next area / story they're adding is called Forest Lands. So that's going to be playable in the game. They've already done that through like ads, and it's going to be a part of the show. And what really messed me up, Nano, is like and I guess I'm familiar with this art because it's the last art that I think Toriyama put out officially, or that came from him. But it featured the Sandland characters as well as the angel and then like this girl character. And I was like, oh, these must be all the characters from Sandland. Half of those characters are from the new arc. Like they don't occur in Sandland. They're from Forest Land. And I was like, wow, this is like, so now I'm like super locked in. I'm not even going to lie. I was like, whoa, so this is all new now. Like this is just new content. And I'm also happy because the game's going to get a different environment. Overall though, very cool. I will say there was a lot of things that not confuse me, but a lot of things that maybe I didn't expect going in. Like I thought Beelzebub, the little pink demon, was going to feel like the main badass of the story. When really it was kind of more of the older man in the cast. I thought the cast was very different from a normal anime show. It's very unique show. Got a fun message, and it's a cool adventure. I really dug it. I was impressed. But that's pretty much all I watched.
I'm looking forward to watching that, and yeah, I'm gonna watch it as well because I also want to play the game. I will say, so I tapped into your stream for like a second, and was really impressed with the visuals. Like, I thought the game actually looked very good. And B, I was like, unironically, and I don't know how much you can comment on this, but I felt like it looked like the gameplay, I guess it's not a gameplay, but I guess the action of the show probably translated really well into how that game was played. I don't know, like, I was like, is Sandland unironically going to be like one of the more top tier echelon anime games? Like, is that
it'll really depend. They're not paying me for this, by the way. But I unironically just enjoyed my time. It'll depend on how much they can vary up the encounters. I do like that the game feels it feels very different. Rhyme actually described it, because when he played it a little, he said it felt like Jack 3, but like very anime. And I would agree. It's like a big focus on the desert. Vehicles play a very important role.
I take that as a compliment, by the way, because I love Jack 3.
No, I do too. And that's and so I agree. And it's also just cool to see like the vehicles, and you can like really customize them. Which again sounds like a marketing point, and it was. But like I enjoyed that element, and especially when you mess around with like the Toriyama designs do a lot for me. I will say that. So maybe if you're not a fan of his art style, it might not have the same effect on you.
Okay, hang on though. If they're watching us, they are at least a semi fan of Tori. Let's just all be honest. Like, we're all fans of.
I'm keeping it out there just in case somebody stumbled across this. Maybe they saw Sandland in the tags. They were looking for the review. If you aren't into the designs, it might not have the same appeal to you. But I do think it has a very, like, there was one moment in the game where I walked into this. This was almost embarrassing, by the way. So they wanted me to play it for a certain amount of time, and I think I did everything in the demo. I think, but at the very end, my chat was like, "Go here, because I think you missed something." I walked in, and this whole this like mini cutscene plays, and I'm like in these desert ruins, and I was like, "Whoa!" And it's kind of crazy because as a new fan of Sandland, the game got me on a lot of stuff because they add in like this lore that was never in the original series, and like these landmarks that were never in the original series. And I was like, well, now as a fan, I kind of just want to know about this stuff. So I was just exploring like these ancient ruins for a little bit, these like sand pits. They kind of got me, Nano, because I don't know about you, but desert locations have always like I've been really into deserts ever since, well, I guess Jack 3, honestly.
Yeah. Did you ever play Journey?
Yes.
I know that game's really short. I never finished it. I don't know why. I need to go back.
What did you do? How did you not? I think it's like 2 hours. Did you just walk away?
I guess I got like young Nano got distracted.
I know bro's co-op partner was like, why did my partner stop moving?
I love the like style of that game. So
wait, was that Journey was the one with the co-op partner, right? Or is Journey just the single player one?
I honestly don't remember.
Oh man,
that game is old now. I don't remember either.
I know it is pretty old. I know. Hold on. This is one of the rare moments where I am going to take a second to look this up.
So, are we going to do a Sandland podcast dedicated? Because I'm going to watch it too.
We definitely could.
That would be.
You can do. Maybe not.
That would be very, very interesting. So while Dada does that, dude. I've been on my anime grind because I also watched a few episodes of Free Run. Have you watched Free Run?
Really? No, I haven't. I've seen just YouTube videos.
Woo, dude, it's very different so far, but it is so interesting. I've only watched 3 episodes and I'm so intrigued, but like the production value is so high on this show. The OST is really good, which we just talked about is an important one for me.
Big fan of the OST.
And just all around, like I'm enjoying like the vibe of this show. It's so much more chill, which I think I kind of am enjoying too, because I just came off of watching, besides Solo Leveling, I also just got through watching like 60 episodes of My Hero Academia to catch up on it, which I am completely caught up on, Dato. So yeah, that dude, by the way, you gotta watch My Hero, man.
Wow, he's made it through the other end and he's become a fan again.
I am a fan again. They got me tapped, bro. They got me so tapped in.
I might have to, because I gotta My Hero Ultra Rumble, like not an ad, but like a video put out by Bandai popped up on my sub feed, and I was like, damn, I might have to play it.
Yeah, we never went back for season 3. Maybe we need to go back for season 4.
Yeah. Season 3 was our time off. So is season 2, and then season 4 is when we come back to the game. I really do want to though. Like put together a whole custom lobby.
Yes, now that custom lobbies are a thing, I think that would be so much fun.
It might be pretty fun.
But you need to watch season 6. Like, I'm not kidding when I tell you that, the first 15 episodes or 14 episodes of that season are what pretty much. If you've been a My Hero fan from the beginning and you've been like, there's a very obvious thing that you want to start happening. It happens in season 6 finally. I don't know. I feel like they fumbled the bag with season 5. I'm just like, why didn't we just go from season 4 immediately into season 6? Like, I enjoyed 5 a lot, but yeah, 6 is I think what My Hero fans wanted. The fumble was pretty
impressive. The fumble was impressive, not even in terms of quality of the show, but just like the atmosphere around being a fan. Like there was a good 2-year to 3-year period where My Hero was the anime.
Yes.
Like it was the Demon Slayer, but Demon Slayer kind of kicked it off its throne, and it might have done that anyway, honestly. But I would go to anime movies that wouldn't even be about My Hero, and people would be wearing My Hero cosplays, like that kind of anime.
Yes.
And going to My Hero movies, man, that could be a podcast topic all of itself. Going to a My Hero movie. Did you ever go to a theater for a My Hero movie, Nano?
So that's the one flaw in My Hero.
Oh,
I've never seen a My Hero movie.
I'm not okay. Well, yeah. We should do a bonus. We should do a Patreon bonus episode where we go through the My Hero movie, react to it and then do a podcast.
Which
I don't know if people would. We could do either one. The problem with them though is they're very anime movie. They're like Dragon Ball Z movies, not in a good way. They're technically canon, I think, but they do not feel canon at all. It feels very much like a.
Have you watched all 3?
I think so. Yeah.
They're good, or I've always heard they're actually really good, or at least the fight sequences are pretty damn good.
The fight sequences are good. The characters they introduce are cool. It's just, again, that big thing. The big thing for me is when it's it feels like anime movie. I don't want to get into this. People are gonna roast me, but again, it's it not being congruent with the timeline, even though I think these movies technically kind of are. It just, I don't know. It doesn't feel like that. Basically,
one of them is Young All Might, right? Isn't one you get to be with a young All Might?
I think they have Young All Might scenes in one, but I think that's just a flashback.
Oh,
but it's a big part of the movie. It's not a big part of the movie, but a big part of the intro is Young All Might. Unless I'm forgetting a movie. That could also be the case. But anyway, I was just going to say going to those movies was an experience. It was the most anime crowd I've ever seen. I'm talking everybody but me was in a cosplay.
Oh.
And I lost my wallet at one of those.
Oh.
Yeah, so I a lot of memories with My Hero. So I'll give it another chance. I'll go back for season 6.
So
I probably had to anyway.
There's 2 Heroes, which came out in 2018. Then there's Heroes Rising, which came out in 2019. And then there's World Heroes Mission, which came out in 2021. And then they're working on another.
They're working on another. That's kind of crazy.
There's a fourth.
I'm excited for that.
Yeah.
I'm honestly excited for that. But I think I've seen them all because the first one is when it's the 2 heroes are All Might and Midoriya, and then there's one that's more like Midoriya and Bakugo, and then there's one that's
there's one where the key art is Todoroki, Midoriya, and Bakugo.
Yeah, and then that's when they have their 3-piece movie.
Yeah, which is the most recent, the 2021 one.
Yeah, I feel damn, that's kind of old though, isn't it? 2021.
Yeah, it is kind of crazy. I feel they still feel new to me. I own 2 of them on Blu-ray. And I've been meaning to watch them. And now that I'm realizing I've basically probably had that at least since 2019, and it's been 5 years. But time has moved so differently in a post 2020 world. It's just everything has been so weird, man.
It is it moves very quick, and sometimes it feels very slow, but then it's just quick, and I don't know.
Did you figure out the Journey thing? Was it co-op?
I think yes. Journey was you travel with it's not co-op, but it's you travel with a partner. Sometimes that partner is controlled by a human, sometimes controlled by a bot.
Got it.
At least from what I looked up, that seemed to be the case. And I think I remember that being the pitch. So, yeah, that was Journey. And, we were speaking of My Hero, Nano. You know what I like more than My Hero?
What?
Superhero. But you know what I like more than Superhero? The arc that occurs a little bit after Superhero in Dragon Ball Super manga.
Chapter 103, A Legacy Toward the Future, Dotto.
Thank you, Tyler. You know how to bring in a chapter.
Man, so this chapter, which will be the last chapter we have for a while,
it's just a 1 month break.
Oh, is it just a 1 month break? Oh, okay.
It's just a 1 month break. Apparently, I could be spreading crazy misinformation. I feel like I remember reading it was a 1 month break.
Okay, I saw when the early scans came out, some people were saying like, was this it? And I was like, well, no. I saw so many people that thought, out of respect to Toriyama, that it might end. But I was like, I think the whole purpose of him having his, like, having Toyotaro and, doing all of that was so that basically the machine kept on machining after the fact. That was kind of the whole point of him having his apprentice, essentially.
Yeah, I guess that could be kind of a whole topic, because I get
for sure.
I get where people are coming from on that, but I just think like the man picked the successor, let him, do what he was picked to do by the man himself,
Yes, yeah, 100%. And the other thing too is, and like again, this could be a whole nother topic, but there's always been discussions of if something happened to certain people, if they would, out of respect, end it. And I just don't know that would ever happen, because I think even though we've been in such a weird place with the IP as a whole, I think I feel like there's probably too many probably people's jobs on the lines that would be relying on the fact that this goes on in some form or fashion. So I think anyone that would ever, which is never the thing that you should jump to, by the way, when we lose somebody, that's the last thing that you ever want to think of. But I don't think these things could even stop, even if they wanted them to, if that makes sense. It's just kind of like the world we live in. But anyways, that's not really, actually, I guess it is a topic at hand, because this is the chapter before a hiatus. But it's an absolutely incredible chapter. And I think you also mentioned do you want to is there stuff to talk about after we talk about the chapter? Or
we could talk on it right now, because it does have to deal. Actually, we'll jump to the.
Okay.
Do you want to jump to the end? It's literally the final page.
Okay. Yeah. I will say this, but is like, if there was
to deal with this,
if there was a chapter to have kind of it was like slightly emotional reading this chapter. For sure.
And this newest, so what Nano's talking about is, before the podcast, I bring up that Toyotaro very recently tweeted out, he was just, had some kind words for Toriyama. And he was basically talking about the last correction that Toriyama gave him for the panel and the story. So the final page of this manga, if I could explain it, it's just like a very, it's like an end of an arc thing. Normally, maybe you wouldn't pay so much attention to this, but just with the context we have outside of the series, it's Piccolo and Gohan standing, and then a shot of Piccolo, Gohan, Pan, and Goku standing, and then the three Saiyans take off, and then Piccolo stops and he turns around towards the camera, waves, and also flies off after them. In Toyotaro's original paneling for this, he just had Piccolo not look back, not wave goodbye, and just take off after them. And then the last, correction by Toriyama was to add Piccolo looking back and waving, and then taking off. So I don't know, it made the goodbye more emotional for me. I was like, damn, the last thing he edited in was like a wave goodbye from Piccolo. I had not seen that. That probably would have made that hit way harder. Not only does it hit, but it also just serves as a great reminder that this dude is a genius, because the paneling that Toyotaro had before, no offense to him, he's 10 times better, not even 10, 100 times better than me in manga work and comic book stuff like that. But his original sketches, I was like, it's a little flat. I feel like it's like one note, I guess, but the wave goodbye from Piccolo and then that alternate camera angle, I don't know. It works. It's way more like emotion. It shows Piccolo's character difference, I guess. Like he's saying goodbye to the kindergartner teacher and then taking off. But yeah, knowing that was the final correction, I don't know. It just hit different. I was like, damn, it's a good one to. I guess it's a good as one as any.
So
that was the final piece.
That's So to dive, I guess, a little deeper into what you just said there, and we'll probably be jumping around just a little bit here. But is this truly meant to be sort of like the cap off of like the current run we were in? So when we do come back into the next chapter, that'll be like the true, probably new beginning of a new arc. Essentially, is that what we're thinking here? Or
yeah, I think they confirmed that. I think they gave it the confirmation that yes, this will be the final one of this arc, and then we're getting into some new stuff. I also posted in the Discord just so Nano can see Toyotaro's original design and then what Toriyama gave back as a correction. And I, again, just look at it, I'm like, yes, I can see why he corrected this. It shows more character. It breaks up the page a little nicer, and it's also just a nice goodbye. I was impressed. It's always interesting seeing how like two professionals can like come at a very similar page.
Huh. Yeah. Sorry, I am observing and looking at this for the first time. This is so this was obviously the Toriyama one here.
Yeah, that was his correction, to have him wave goodbye and then hit the road.
That is that's crazy. So okay, so we are confirmed going into a new arc, which this did feel like the man, dude. There's a lot that happens in this chapter. Not even like a ton of talking, but just like there's so much that happens that it almost feels like it could be like multiple episodes, multiple episodes.
In the show, these past couple chapters are going to be like movie quality level hype. Well, if the show ever does that. I'm not gonna lie though, Attack on Titan has kind of given me reverse brain rot, where fighting in manga, I'm always like, I wish we were just sitting down and having a dialogue. I don't know, but the fights do look cool. Like one thing, like just opening up to chapter 1 in this manga, one thing you'll notice right away that I can't get enough of is I love the way Toyotaro does this lightning for Beast Gohan in the manga. It looks, I don't know, it looks like not from a manga. I don't even know how he does this. I just like the effect.
It does look really cool. Yes. I think, again, we talked about this, which by the way, we've been doing the manga, covering the manga chapters now for a while. Is this our third episode, I think, of covering this. We covered the last three months of chapters. But I just think it's just so cool seeing this form that I think most of us thought we were going to see one time and move on from, and to have spent some very real time, an entire chapter now with the form is really, really cool. Like incredibly cool to get to see Gohan truly back into the fray, fighting UI here.
It's really again, like I can never say enough how shocking it is that this is just a form Gohan can tap into. I did not know bro had it like that.
You know, I always, anytime that we talk about Gohan in the pod or when we're making YouTube videos, I always call him like the chosen one or whatever. And I thought it was cool that in this panel on page 3, Goku says, "Not bad, Gohan. There's that intense latent potential you were always packing." Like
my bro is a baby.
Yeah, I mean, I always call him the prodigal son. That's what I always say, because like when you're watching this show up until Buu Saga, he does feel like he's the person that Toriyama was like, you know, we spent Dragon Ball with Goku. Now let's sort of pass the torch on to Gohan. And then you get to Buu Saga and it kind of didn't feel like that anymore. But, you know, and everything we covered in the Saiyan Saga, where Gohan as a child is topping power levels, you know, with adults, like the Masenko being essentially Nappa's power level was like crazy. So it's just really cool seeing that confirmation in this chapter that Gohan is still him, basically, you know?
Yeah, I've always disagreed with fans because a lot of it's kind of split in the community. A lot of like more hardcore fans always want Gohan to do what his character wants, which is to be a scholar. But I'm with you. I like when Gohan's just fighting. I guess because mainly this is a show about fighting. So if he's not doing that, he's not in.
Yes.
But I don't know, man. It is always cool to get some Gohan action, especially when he's at the top of the food chain. Bro ain't been at the top of the food chain in a minute.
Yeah, that I think that's what makes this film more special, right? Because anytime you watch Gohan in pre this, it's sort of just like, it's kind of sad. You know, like,
well, not even kind of sad, bro. In that green tracksuit, it was more
we
than
don't bring
kind.
that up, Doto.
It was more than kind of sad, bro. It was kind of embarrassing. Like, bro, I was just like, damn, I do not want to associate with this guy right now.
Bring up the tracksuit, man.
Bro, it's just a bad look for Gohan fans. Damn. Also, another thing that we get into in this chapter, Nano, can I say? They be doing Goku UI. I feel like this isn't even something we get to see in any of the anime so far. I guess, you know, our run's kind of limited with UI Goku.
Yeah.
But we need to see it in an anime so we can get it in the games and stuff. I love that when UI Goku starts taking shit serious, he like ballet jumps in the air all graceful like now. Like, I don't know when they added that, but it hits every time, bro. Like, he just like floats up and like the air starts moving different around him.
So I'm glad you brought that up. There are two moments to me when we were watching when I was reading this chapter that obviously there's a million moments in this that I'm very excited to see animated, hopefully at some point. But there were two moments specifically that stuck out to me, and I'm like, when that happens in the show, if this ever, you know, is a thing, I'm gonna lose my shit. And this was one of them specifically because I'm with you. It's so cool. Like
it's very different, right? And that's another reason I like Beast more, is because, you know, we have the Ultra Ego Vegeta and the UI Goku, but I'm glad there's still more like rage badass transformations, because I still like the yelling and stuff. Dragon Ball Z Meathead moment of the episode, I like when they yell to get transformations, but I won't lie, the calm transformation is also badass in its own unique way, and they are killing it with the UI Goku one.
Like, I love this panel here on page 5 where Goku's just floating like above. It's the perspective
is angelic with it.
Yeah, the perspective is from behind Goku and he's floating in the air looking down on Gohan on the ground, and I don't know why, but like that panel just like is so sick. A key thing to note here is Goku going ahead and expanding on what he mentioned with Gohan being like, you know, the prodigal son. He says, except this time you've molded it into something through training. You've changed. So as much as like we can still call this an ass pull, and sure it was an ass pull in Superhero, I like that they are expanding on it and like being like, no, really, he trained to obtain said form, etc. And like he's, I don't know if you would say mastered. I guess that's kind of what they're hinting at here, but like sort of master the form. It really, they're instead of doing the groundwork beforehand, they're doing the groundwork after the fact of being like, no, really, it's not an ass pull. Like Gohan trained and like earned this form, you know?
Yeah, he got this form. I also like, I think we'll talk about this more later, but I like that there's confirmed levels to Beast. This was kind of like a fan theory rolling around with the pupils and stuff. And I'm not gonna lie, I gotta be honest, I was wrong. I thought this shit was just like some art direction, like they just didn't feel like drawing the pupil. But they like play it up like this has to do with how serious or how much power Gohan's drawing out. But again, I don't know when in the chapter that happens. I can't really remember, because after that Goku transformation, it's the Goku show for the next couple of pages. Bro just hits a nasty combo on him.
Yeah, nah, dude. It's just like this is really happening, Dada. Goku and Gohan are fighting at like tip top shape. Like, can you imagine in Dragon Ball FighterZ 2 when you're fighting as this UI Goku?
Yeah, I don't think that's gonna happen.
And the dramatic finish that,
you know, Tyler, when I brought you on to replace Nano on the podcast, it was part of it was he couldn't come in today, but part of it was he always brought up FighterZ 2 like that shit was gonna happen. I didn't think you'd also bring that up.
I'm sorry, man.
No, it's fine. It's fine.
But
yeah, if that ever happens, I mean, this would be a great dramatic finish.
Wouldn't this be a sick dramatic finish? Like this panel alone on page 6 of him being behind him and like kicking him forward, like that. Oh my god, man. Dude! Could you imagine what Arc Sys could do with that reference shot right there?
Bro, they would cook. I mean, it would just look exactly like that, but in 3D and color with music behind. Oh my god, bro! Even if this was just the anime, I'd still be reacting like this. Again, like Attack on Titan did this to me, like where it fights, I just want to see it. Like, oh, bro, like on the next page too, when Gohan's throwing the flurry of punches. Come on, man.
You know,
give me this animated.
You know, I know you said like in color, but how cool would an Arc Systems work game be where it actually looks like the manga, and like they do they do the effects behind the character like that and stuff. Like, how cool would that be?
Oh, that might go crazy.
That would be kind of hot, dude. I can't.
Like some impact effects, like some kabow or
yes,
bam.
Yes, 100%, dude. You know how much Arc System Works would have cooked with the gammas, dude? They would have had so much sauce.
They really should have put that in.
Yeah. Anyway, sorry. I can't help but bring that up because, like, even though I'm not a big Fighters guy, when I think of what would be like a beautiful moment from stuff that we don't have in Fighter or don't have in an anime game, you know who I look to and I know would have done it the best? The Fighters. Like, you know, like it would have looked the best in Fighters, straight up. So,
yeah, I mean, Fighters always had our backs, even for just like cool cutscenes. Like, you know, people are posting those dramatic finishes online for sure. And they're getting at least 1 million views, if not more.
I don't know if I've even seen all the dramatic finishes. I should.
You're doing yourself a disservice. Reaction video on Nanogenix?
I might do that. I'm like, damn, wait, that's kind of like a fire idea. Wait, because
all dramatic intros and finishes would be like, you know, a good like 15 minutes at least.
Thanks, Doto. I just got my YouTube video for the weekend. I appreciate it, man.
Hey, no problem, man.
But anyways, so a lot of fighting right now. Gohan is of course underwater and of course strategizing how he's going to get back up there, but he is very fast. I think that's another thing too that's so cool about this form is seeing how just like blazingly fast that he is as Beast. And as the manga likes to call Beast Mode.
I like that though. They should call him Beast Mode as often as possible.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not like saying that in a bad way at all. I like this panel of Goku dodging the kick here on the bottom of page 8.
Yeah, I mean, Goku is basically at this point after announcing that he also does training and getting all angelic with it. You know, he's basically toying around with Gohan now. The power scales have shifted.
Yeah, so Vegeta says Kakarot's Ultra Instinct is shifting the battle in his favor.
Thanks, Vegeta. Always with the greatest, like, on-the-ground commentary. Couldn't have figured that one out myself.
I mean, listen, bro. Can you not?
What do you mean?
Vegeta's him, bro. Stop it.
Yeah, bro. He's him at telling me what I can see with my own eyes.
Dude, I didn't notice, but this panel, to do him, you know, like recovering from being kicked, kind of makes Gohan look like as SSJ3 here.
Yeah, I didn't notice that either. In fact, honestly, I didn't even know that's what that was. Like, but no, yeah, you're right. He just misses and then turns around.
Yeah, that's when he gets up on the little sort of like tree trunk or something that he has like the high ground for a second.
Beerus Planet just got whatever on it.
And he says, so I'm getting a real taste of Ultra Instinct, which, man, dude. But then he tells him, you've not witnessed the full extent of Beast Mode. What?
Ooh, and this is where we get it confirmed, folks. He starts powering up again. And this is, I think this is where he loses the pupils. Right now, he just starts going faster. He still has the pupils here. When does bro lose the pupils? I swear he loses them.
Does he lose the pupils? Is it right?
I don't know. Was I making that up?
You were saying that, but I was like, I did read it pretty fast to make sure, you know, I could be like ready to do the podcast.
I swear I remembered it, but right now it's looking like there's not. Maybe that was just the fan theory.
Yeah, Doto, I think we gotta take that one back.
God, I got duped. I think I got duped.
Oh no!
Oh my God! Oh no!
Bro, you didn't. Bro didn't check. Bro did not check the community notes.
I didn't read it twice, bro. Where was the pupil? Was that just the fan theory, and then I thought it got confirmed in the?
You know, I was real quiet when you were saying that. I was just kind of like, yeah, because I was like, man, did I miss that? We're reviewing the chapter as we you know are recording this. I was like, bro, we'll see it.
I hate that I even gave like. Because even when I was saying it, I was like, I thought that was just like an artistic thing, but I was wrong. But bro, maybe I was right, but now I'm wrong again. God damn it.
Bro's about to post himself and go, yo, do you guys love this Bulma cosplay? When in all reality, it's actually a Marin cosplay. You know what I mean? So
funny.
He's gonna get community notes, man.
To be fair, people got honor for that, but that's just also in character. Like that was a completely in character tweet,
dude. Also, I've definitely seen that shot before, and I didn't remember what that was from, and 100% it does just look like Bulma.
No, I mean, it's an understandable mistake.
But anywho, so minus Dotto thinking he had some different transformation. He does power up here, though. There are levels to this.
There are levels to this, but the pupils have nothing to do with it seems.
Wait, Vegeta actually says, can Gohan actually control such prodigious levels of chi? Bro, oh my gosh, where did I get this prodigious son thing that I always say? I don't think I got it from anything. This is crazy that this is a thing. This is actually
he doing spins on it now.
I'm sorry, man. God damn. But
I mean, hey, I gotta give it up. Your reading ability is better than mine.
You thought he lost pupils at some point. And,
bro, I swear he didn't have them.
Anyway, so
I've been duped.
He does power up more though, so that is a thing. There is levels to it. I'm sure in some way you could say this is, Super Saiyan 2 Beast Gohan or something like that.
That might be pushing it a little bit.
I mean, he does get more like veiny. Like look at he's got like more of the vein stuff going on. He looks very Super Saiyan 2.
I think this community should call this Majin Beast Gohan.
Woo! Hey, yo, but wait, because he does have the eyeliner. Like the liner gets a little gets a little thicker.
Yeah, maybe, and then because look at the veins on his forehead. It almost looks like an M.
I mean, I know you're like playing right now, but 100%. It does kind of like give me those vibes.
Could this be a hint that Babidi's out there somewhere working his evil magic?
Don't play. Do you think if that happened again, people would say it's against Vegeta's like character development?
If it happened to Vegeta again?
Yes.
I think so, yeah. But honestly, I think I might say it because at that point, why is he doing it again? Like, we've been through this.
What if Babidi found a way? Let's say in story. Let's say in story, because Babidi has controlled Vegeta once, he's able to do it again.
Like from the grave?
He's
but it's like a Babidi assistant.
We'll say it's some ass pull, but somehow Babidi's back and he's able to control Vegeta again, but he's like leveled up and he's like able to truly control Vegeta again, and we get Majin Vegeta again.
If he just does it again, like he just controls him again, then yeah, as long as Vegeta isn't like consenting, it's still like, I mean, like if he just does it again, then yeah, that'd be fine. As long as Vegeta's not consenting and like fights against it. I think the only comments you would get would probably be the rightful like, we're doing this again.
Yeah. No, I wouldn't want them to do this again, by the way. For an aesthetic reason, sure. But like not from an actual story development reason, I wouldn't like it. I was just throwing it out there. I know I just probably lost like 90% of you guys because you're like, this is too much fanfic for me.
No, not even 90%, not even 95. But what if he just gets a M tattoo on his head? Like he could just he could just do that.
What if he goes God, but then he becomes villainous and actually looks like Rose, but they're not calling it Rose.
Are you referencing the Xenoverse 2 DLC?
Which actually looks pretty interesting.
Yeah, I was gonna say your comment, you loved it, right? You were like, whoa.
It looks awesome. Dude, I'm sorry, man. The pink hair looks cool. I'm telling you, I still want Vegeta to get a form that gives him green hair. Like when he's midway going Super Saiyan and Broly and he has that like green hair for like a split second.
We do need a green Super Saiyan.
Yeah.
We need somebody to be like,
I guess you could say Broly's that a little bit, but
Granola and Broly a little, yeah.
Anyway, so Gohan is up on his little like tree stump, powering up, going into Super Saiyan 2 Beast Gohan, and goes to actually like land a punch on UI. And I couldn't tell, like it looks like he misses it, but it like pushes him, I guess the force of the punch, like UI still dodges said punch, but the force of said punch like pushes him back. Is that what you're gathering from this panel? Because it clearly looks like it doesn't hit here at the bottom of 14. And then it just shows like obviously the sheer like force of said punch.
Just the friction fist. A UI Goku classic, if you may.
Yes. And anyway, and so it still doesn't land, but he ends up landing one here on him, doesn't he? Yes, he does. He does.
Yeah, he kicks him in the face.
Yeah, so that one did not land. And then he hits him, which by the way, I love these two panels. These two panels right here of Gohan's like punching forward and like UI kind of like sort of like grabbing his arm for a second. Very cool. Very cool.
Yeah, all the up close fighting stuff with Beast Gohan was drawn really well this chapter.
Yes. Could it be because of this panel right here next to Beerus and Whis?
It might be. There is a focus shot on Beast Gohan's eyes and specifically his pupil. But even in there, his pupil is like more focused, not less.
Yeah.
But that might be why I saw somebody post about it.
Yeah. Or why you saw that.
We're looking for clues at this point.
Yeah. But he caught him. He caught UI.
He did, and that knocks Goku out of UI, or he just chose to go out of it. But he got upset.
I would say it probably knocked him out, wouldn't you?
Oh, sorry. We also see like Gohan does state in the next after Goku asks how he got hit. He said, "I boosted my ki up to the point where I might snap while still maintaining control." That's how I'd best describe it. So maybe it's because they saw the pupil thing and then he said that. That's about as much as I can conclude on this pupil theory. But it looks like it remains a theory to this day.
Oh my God,
look, man, we'll never know. We'll never know. Like it could come into play. That's all I'm gonna say. Keep your eyes peeled for this pupil thing.
Bro's about to say, and that's a key theory.
That's just a Dragon Ball Z theory.
Yep. So Goku then goes on to say control without snapping, and then goes ahead and says, you've put a lot of thought into this in terms of like the actual, I guess, limits of what Gohan can do under Beast while maintaining control. Now, I thought of you when we're currently looking at pages 20 through 21. I thought of Doto here because I'll be damned if Soldier 15 and Carmine are not still somehow around and involved in getting shakes/drinks from Limo. Like, I was like, oh, dude, Doto's probably loving this, man.
I'm just glad they're finally done. Like, this is clearly it for them. Like, this is their final baby's day out, bro.
This was pretty great. So Goku does go back into UI and they continue fighting for a bit, but Broly gets intrigued. And so Goku then, I will say, as much as like, obviously Beast was able to catch up to UI and cause Goku to not like dodge that final punch/kick combo that he hit him with. Goku just literally goes boop and like pushes him back and is like, nah, I got it. You should fight someone else. And someone else
I'm good on that.
Being Broly. So I feel like I wouldn't say that Goku was probably toying with Gohan prior to this moment, but this moment did make me, I'm like, okay, wait, so was Goku semi in control the whole time? I mean, not totally, obviously, because Gohan was reaching very extreme limits there, but I was just like, interesting. Okay.
Yeah, and they let Broly get a swing at him. Again, I feel like they're doing this Broly thing because specifically Gohan mentioned that he might snap.
Oh,
so dude, I think that's supposed to be like Broly's big training moment.
100%. Absolutely. And also, as we talked about in previous, but I mean, they are setting up for Broly to be, they wouldn't keep Broly around and have all these moments on Beerus' planet if Broly is not going to be some component of either the next arc or the arc after that, where like he probably is a very save the day type character, right?
Yeah, surely. we need a main focus on Broly arc, I think.
Oh, dude, yeah.
I think that's what we're gonna get. I think that's what we're gonna get.
Like, and especially
maybe Broly and Gohan go on an adventure.
Can you imagine the source material that would give us for Super Fighters?
Come on, man. You didn't even have to do that. You really did not have to do that.
Oh, geez. Now, does Broly go Super Saiyan before Gohan goes back into Beast, or is it the other way around?
What do you mean?
Oh, no. Broly asks him to show him Beast. That's what it is. Broly asks Gohan to show him what Beast mode. Actually, your Beast form is how he describes it. And then Gohan just... Okay, so this is the moment that I was like, oh, shit, this would be so fire. Because I am, again, another classic Z meathead moment. I just love transformations. So... him doing the back up, twirl around in the air and go Beast and then fly down is like so sick.
It is a pretty cool shot. And again, it's just like, it's crazy how much this guy can spam going in and out of Beast. It's actually, bro has mastered this form quicker than any other form that we've seen. He just has total control.
Anyways, I need that animated, and also that's
need that.
That's a very good point. Is this probably the most rapid pacing, like almost ever, that we've seen
in terms of transformation? I think so. Like
it's so fast. Boom, 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 boom. Like this, because this would seem like a final moment, like it is in Superhero, and then you don't see it again for a minute, right? But they're just like, nah, dude. There's some people out. There's some people out on his lawn, man. He said,
now that everybody bought their movie tickets, we just we're gonna have them do it every day.
Dude, yeah, and that's something too that's crazy about this, is seeing this form happen so much. They wouldn't even use this form to advertise the movie, which would have probably doubled ticket sales, bro.
They didn't want to, bro. They were keeping it a secret so that they could use it every 10 seconds.
Yeah, dude, it's nutty. Now, seeing Broly go Super Saiyan, we're now on pages 30 and 31. God, dude, I'm with you, actually. An arc that is just Gohan and Broly on an adventure sounds incredible.
I like how Gohan even mentions when he sees it. He's like, "This, I ain't seen a Super Saiyan like this before." Bro's in Super Saiyan keeping up with Beast, or at least like doing some damage. That's kind of crazy.
It's because Broly's him, Dotto.
Yeah, it also might be because he's like 10 feet tall.
Oh, or you said, hang on. Why does his, is it?
Bro, he's just huge. He's just like twice the size of every other Saiyan.
Look how much more muscular he did get when he went Super Saiyan right there.
Raw Super Saiyan did that, bro? That's crazy.
That's, yeah. So Whis does comment on it and says, evidently Broly has achieved some growth thanks to Gohan. Still just a Super Saiyan, though, from Beerus. Goku's kid has a better handle on the power he's toting. Which, as Dotto just said, bro can just go in and out of Beast like it's literally nothing, bro.
I'm still curious where Beerus, like, I feel like they've done Beerus kind of dirty in, like, the power scales and stuff like that, because I have no idea where, like, Beerus is at in terms of how far ahead, or is he even ahead, or...
I mean, they mentioned it in the H chapter, didn't they? And they made it seem like they were still also far away from Beerus.
That's what I feel like they did, but then they've had so many moments where Beerus clearly, I don't know,
looks astonished by what's happening.
He's like astonished, or like he mentions that Goku got UI like better than him or something like that. Like there's a lot of the Beerus confusion is, I think, my main problem with Super right now.
I would
maybe not even confusion. I just need to see Beerus beat somebody's ass.
I will say, I want to see him not Hakai someone. We've not seen Beerus fight since his introduction?
Probably the Tournament of Power arc in the manga when they had like that free for all.
Okay.
They do like a god free for all. And again, that's another moment where Beerus, he doesn't even win that easy. I mean, he wins, like he's still like, I mean, he's doing good, but not like anime badass, like not like it was just him and him alone that could have won. Or at least that's not how I remember it. Okay. But I also remembered no pupil, so I could be wrong on this.
Of course, I guess if they want to keep him being this like omnipotent, like level, just untouchable levels of power, if you introduce him, then he's like in game should just be able to come in and Hakai said baddie and then move on, right? Like, so.
Yeah, I think I just need another Beerus reminder. Like if he's supposed to be that, I need to see that like soon.
They could have done it here where he just like popped up and maybe like grabbed Broly like with like two fingers, like a finger and a thumb, and just like toss him, just to kind of
pinch this guy. Yeah, just pinch his cheek and throw him.
Yeah. So Vegeta then obviously Gohan and Broly are like going at it. Gohan throws Broly, and then Vegeta's like, "Hey, I want to fight Gohan." And then
everybody trying to get a piece, bro.
And of course, in the moment we didn't talk about this, and we kind of just skipped over the Carmine stuff because who really cares? Carmine. But Gotenks did defuse. So we've got Goten and Trunks back. And Goten and Trunks then want to fight Broly. And then Goku's like, well, I went in on this too. And so it's like a free-for-all on Beerus's planet. And they destroy the big tree that's been there for probably the most like... I mean, you can tell when you're back on Beerus's planet, but like that's one of the more signifying things. Like when you've got like the back shot to show his planet hovering there, you always have like the big-ass tree in the center. And they knocked that over from... what is that, 6 of them? Yeah, it's 6 of them, It's 3 pure and three half blood, or not half blood, but high. No, they're all half. Yeah, right. Yeah, they're all half. I had to think about that because Pan's not there. Yes. Pan is a quarter.
It's 3 on 3.
Yeah.
Well, then it's not like they're on teams, but
I did think that this section right here with Gohan was very interesting. So they're all laid out, and because they all just got through fighting a ton. And Gohan goes, "Yeah, I haven't pushed myself that hard in a good while." And I was like, "Wait a sec, like." But I guess when he goes beast, like he does just clean the house. Like it's literally like now it's my turn, and then Cell Max is like dead.
Cell Max was just a piece of cake, bro. Like it was over in 10 seconds.
So I was like, they did make, but I read that and I said, wait a second, and I'm like, well, okay, Cell Max was kind of like easy, like it was like nothing. Limo made dinner for everybody. This panel made me think back to, I always think about some of the Yamcha conversations we've had, and there's a panel of Vegeta, basically Goku's like, are you going to come back too? Because they're all going to go back now. They're all hopping in the Red Ribbon car. So I guess these guys came to be this sort of like component that brings them to Beerus's planet and then brings them back to Earth.
Yeah, I think that's the only reason they're there, is to give a reason to go back.
And probably get some eye rolls out of Nato there. But Vegeta does say, I do want to go back because Bulma may lose interest if I'm gone too much longer.
Yeah, they're all going back to Earth. It's just the chance for all the characters to meet up back on Earth again. And finally, these two randoms are out of the story forever, I think. I think this is the last time we'll ever see them.
I'm happy.
And I'm happy, and I'm good with that.
Then to get back, Goku needs like obviously somebody with like high ki to like focus in on to do instant transmission, and that said person is Piccolo, which he then confirms like, oh wait, Piccolo, you're strong.
Yeah, that was, they do a little glazing with Piccolo. They showed up, dropped a little glaze, and then I think that's the only thing Orange Piccolo fans get.
Now, I will say that kind of like bugged me a little bit, because I saw a lot of people like hounding on this, is that Goku forgot about his granddaughter. I don't think that's really what it was getting at here. Like he didn't necessarily, like he remembers Pan, is what I mean. I know that they go on to be like, you're an utter disgrace, she's your own grandchild, huh? Right? Of course she is. But like, I think it's just probably an out of sight, out of mind thing. I don't think he like 100% forgot her because of the panel that you see in just a moment. But I saw a lot of people using this as, I guess, their like interaction impression bait for the day, I guess. I don't know.
I would say I agree. I do think like it's something like, yeah, I wouldn't necessarily say I liked it. Like, I don't like that he said, Pant, wait, what?
Yeah.
But I don't think it means like he forgot that he had a granddaughter forever.
Yeah, but, it was just, just like it just slipped his mind, man. He's been on Beerus's planet, like training. There was one thing though that I don't know, I felt a little weird about, but maybe it's just me, wanting more retreads, even though I know it's probably not going to happen. But they did low-key confirm Red Ribbon Army being sort of done.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I wouldn't say that couldn't come back at some point, because I don't know. Do you think they're completely done with an Android storyline? You really don't think we'd ever have another Android storyline, period?
Maybe not androids, but I think they're done with at least the main Red Ribbon Army. The most you'll get is like some scientist went rogue from Red Ribbon and did it on their own. But I think the main Red Ribbon, they're cooked. They're out forever. And you know what? I'm good on that. I'm good. They did the Cell Max stuff. They got the Gammas.
I still want. I guess I like the Android stuff so much, and I liked Cell Max, but I just want Cell so bad, dude.
Oh my god!
I am. That's me. I want Cell to be back so incredibly bad.
Bro wants Cell so bad.
Why'd you have to say it like that?
Damn, I didn't know Pan was that fast, by the way. I forgot about that image where they show up to get Pan and she just teleports out of her satchel and hat.
Yep.
Just to throw hands with her grandfather.
To throw hands with Goku. I did like that the last 4 pages has no dialogue. There's absolutely, the last dialogue we get in this is actually Carmine and the Soldier 15 or whatever. And the last 4 pages are just pure panels that really need no words, and it's just Piccolo, Gohan, and Goku going to pick up Pan, And then, as we already talked about earlier in the episode, they all flying off away from school. But yeah, Pan does go over to Kid Goku, and they have like a moment essentially. So
they just be smiling and stuff. It's just a goodbye. You know, it's a nice little resting point for the series to get into that next chapter. It's just a fresh start. All the characters are back in one place on Earth, and you know we can pretty much go anywhere from here. It's the start of a new story, which overall I'm very happy about. You know, we've been doing new stuff compared to superhero, but you know it's been like superhero carryover. I'm ready for like new characters,
totally
new settings. Yes. Yeah, I'm ready for the totally new.
Which brings me to my question, Dotto. Where would you want them to go next? I know, like you said,
well, Black Frieza is always an easy option here, but I actually think we can do. I think I want one more adventure before we deal with Frieza, unless Cooler's involved. In which case, I will take a sub story of Frieza going to get Cooler.
Ooh,
and then I'll take that. I'll take that. That could be my little.
What would you do if the next chapter is literally it opens with like Frieza on a spaceship, and that chapter ends or introduces Cooler? Like, would that be peak?
Again,
like,
I would take that. You ever seen that video of the guy like they use it to make fun of people like hyping up new albums where they play it for 1 second and then stop and say, "Oh my god." That'd be me with the chapter. As soon as I saw like I need to go get my brother Cooler, I'd be like, greatest chapter of all time.
Yeah, you're giving it a 10 immediately.
The writing there was just insane. The writing could have been ass. It could have been all ass, and then the word Cooler just scribbled with crayon, and I would have been like, oh my god, how did they do it again?
I think, you know, obviously I would love like a heavy focus on Broly. Like I'm here to see like some stuff with Broly. So like if it's some shenanigans that involves like you said, Broly and Gohan would be really cool. But also I kind of want to see Goku, Vegeta, and Broly go out and save the world. I don't know. So like if that is Frieza, then sure. I'm kind of with you. It'd be kind of cool to have something that's like before that. The other thing too.
I don't need it yet.
Hit.
Ooh, maybe like a Universe 6. Maybe not Hit for me, but like Universe 6 or something.
Yeah, sorry. I mean, sure. I don't know. I really like Hit. So like,
you just want the Hit assassin arc.
Yeah, something with Hit could be cool. That brings it, you know, like universal shattering level villain that then needs U7, but it's like a
best
build
of
up.
both worlds. What if Frieza attacks Universe 6 to like, you know, try to like reclaim Cole? Just running this by you. Now that like what was his name? I actually forget his name. Frost, yeah, sorry. I was thinking Cold, and I was like, that's King Cold. And then I was thinking Chill, and I was like, no. But Frieza goes to Universe 6 to get Frost's like army and like power, political power. Universe 6 tries to stop it. They can't. It's too powerful. They got to go to get Universe 7 to team up with them. And then boom, all of the pieces are in place for the Frieza Black War arc.
That would be really cool.
I'd take that too. I'd take that. You know, we get a little mini adventure, and then we get the team up for Frieza Black. The exciting part is they could literally do anything. Like this is actually just a complete clean slate.
Do you like Jiren? I can't remember. I know you like Jiren in Fighters, but do you like actually like Jiren?
I'd be interested in seeing Jiren again. Just because, you know, like just we could use him again. But I don't know. It wouldn't be sad. I wouldn't be sad if Jiren was like a jobber, you know? Like if Jiren came back into the story and then like died fighting somebody stronger. I think that could be a good role for him now.
Yeah. Okay. Because I was just gonna say, like, I wouldn't hate like a Jiren related story as well.
I wouldn't either. I'd take that too.
All right, Dotto. So it is time. We do rate the chapters. We did forget to rate chapter 101, but we did rate chapter 102 as a refresher. Dotto gave that chapter an 8. I gave that chapter a 9. Dotto, you want to go first? You want me to go first?
I'll go first, but I pretty much got my score locked in. I'm good to go.
Yeah, I got mine.
I feel like this one comes out pretty easy for me because it is such a great chapter. I do like the ending. I do like that we're getting to some new stuff. It's got some out of universe emotional weight as well. I'm just going to give it a 9. Pretty good. We get to see a free for all with the Saiyans. Again, I feel like if this was an anime episode, this would be an easy 10. But because this fighting isn't necessarily what I look for in this manga, it's more like characters, locations, setting, universe lore, stuff like that. So a simple 9. Nano, what were you feeling?
A 9, yeah.
I'd agree. It's a pretty easy 9. Again, something like this could have easily been a 10 if instead of like a cheerful ending, which I'm not saying that it should have been. I think this needs a cheerful ending. But if it was like an evil character reveal, then it probably would have been a 10. Or just like something like that. But because it's a happy, uplifting thing with no new information, with no like huge information, again.
Oh, you just got to turn the page right here.
Imagine you had pre-edited a cooler thing, and I just believed it. I would have been like, whoa, wait, what?
I mean, you believe the levels to beast with that.
I believe the no pupils thing. There's no limit to what I won't believe if I read it online.
Damn, that would have been the funniest bit of all time. I could have popped in and been like, you guys, listen, this isn't real.
You should do that next time. You should just have an artist draw like a Toyotaro sketch and just be like, well, what did you think about this page at the end? And then I'm just like, oh, wait, what?
Man.
You got to run that bit next time.
All right, guys, that has been our continuation of the manga coverage here on the channel. If you guys are enjoying this, look forward to more podcasts. They release every single Friday, and there is a huge catalog of podcasts currently available right now, and even more if you become a key member by clicking the join button if you're on YouTube, or just going to patreon.com/keymoments, linked in the description. Becoming a key member over there, it supports us to pay our editor and do other cool things, which you're hopefully going to see very soon. So stay tapped in. Appreciate you guys. Leave us a like.
Cool stuff on the way.
Leave us a rating. It helps us a ton. If you've listened this long, would highly appreciate it because it does really help us. Doto, do you hear that?
Neto. Oh, the jingle. There it is again. Wow.
Bye.
Bye.